welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we got a brand new trailer for Star Wars Outlaws, which is a open world single player action adventure game from Ubisoft. So, you know, a lot of Assassin's Creed type stuff there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I feel like this is one that hasn't got as much hype, but I feel like after today, maybe that's changed. Let's go ahead and check out the trailer. Here we go.
Each of you represents some of the most powerful criminal organizations in the galaxy. Pikes, Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
It's a golden
So was that Kira? I think I saw a lot of people asking that.
The Empire controls
online.
every corner of the galaxy, but they're distracted by a rebellion that won't quit. It's an opportunity to make millions.
Okay, Vess. The underworld's favorite new scoundrel. We meet at last.
What do you want?
Yeah, a lot of people are thinking this guy's actually
Rich.
Kyle Katarn or something.
You crossed their boss Slero, and now he wants you gone. Rob his fortune, buy your freedom.
This job, it's a death wish. I'm in.
So how does she get there? Like, how does, I mean,
Here you live and die by your reputation.
what does she know about Han Solo, I guess, right?
You want to survive? Know the players.
You're new to this world.
What's your problem?
Come back when you're not.
Jabba, right? Look, don't try anything. I got a whole crew surrounding the... Okay, we're skipping that part.
For about as long as I can remember, it's just been me and Nix. Doing what we have to survive. This job is my one shot at freedom. But if we're gonna pull this off, we need the right crew. And the right ship.
I wonder how much you're gonna be able to get to choose your crew. You know, like obviously there's some
I hire you because you are one of the best hunters in the Outer Rim.
main, like this droid here.
She's more connected than you let on, Slero. Vess is mixed up in something bigger.
But I wonder if you get to like kind of customize who you have with you.
The Outer Rim is a dangerous place. Everyone is fighting for their piece of the galaxy. But all I want is to live free. So I'm gonna risk it all. Hold on, Nick!
Star Wars Outlaws.
Awesome.
Pre-order available now.
Of course, okay, so available August 30th. Of course, we have all our little, you know, early access add-ons, like, and of course there's gonna be like, what is it, DLC, or are they just called seasons, or whatever they're calling it now. Yeah, pretty cool, and look, I'm glad that we're gonna get to, there's so much in Star Wars more than just the Force stuff. Obviously, yeah, being a Jedi and the Force, it's all really cool. I feel like we get plenty of that with the Jedi Outcast games, or Jedi Survivor games. Did I say Jedi Outcast? Sorry, Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. But you know, this looks really cool. I think the stealth missions especially are going to be really awesome. We saw some of that actual gameplay in that last trailer from like last year, I think it was. Yeah, obviously this was much more of a story thing. We kind of get the inciting incident of like, you know, she's wanted by a criminal gang, she's got to buy her way out, right? Like you can kind of predict like something's gonna go wrong, she's gonna decide to, or maybe you get to decide, maybe you could decide to do the right thing or the wrong thing. I'm not really clear on what like the level of freedom is here. I know that there is supposed to be a canon story in this, but like, you know, how much do you get to choose like what your character does and doesn't do, or is it much more linear than that? I don't really know. Also, you know, she's looking at Han Solo. I think my thing is like, it's always been a little unclear how well known Han Solo is in the underworld circles, you know, because sometimes it feels like Han is just kind of, you know, he's being a very self-promoting, you know, like he's his own his own image, right? Like he's like, you've never heard of the Millennium Falcon, you know, like he's kind of like creating his own legend in the underworld circles. But here she is looking at him like it's like, oh, this is Han Solo, like, so she knows who this is, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, this is set between Empire and Jedi, you know, should be cool. Lots of stuff to play with in that time period. You know, it's cool to see Crimson Dawn. I'm sure we're gonna see like some Black Sun Syndicate type stuff, you know. And I'm excited to see what kind of little Easter eggs and little tiny cameos we may or may not get. You know, I'm sure we're gonna be able to take some jobs for the Rebellion, take some jobs for the Empire. I know like that's supposed to be a big part of it. You get to choose who you take jobs from. But you know, it's definitely it's gonna shine a light on, you know, the crime syndicates like the Pikes here, you know, which I think is pretty cool. You know, I feel like, you know, the criminal element of Star Wars has always remained kind of in the background. You know, obviously like Jabba the Hutt is like the biggest thing we ever really get in the movies, you know, the original movies. But in recent years, you know, like obviously Clone Wars series had a lot of it, but then you have more recent comics. You got like Crimson Reign and War of the Bounty Hunters, and you got like all this stuff happening in the comic books. You know, like it feels like in recent years more and more like the criminal element of Star Wars has been allowed to get a little bit more spotlight, and this feels like kind of the culmination of that. You know, like all these references to different syndicates is gonna be all adding up here. Yeah, looks cool, looks exciting. You know, I'm obviously I'm gonna buy it and play it. I'm curious what its longevity is going to end up being, right? Because it's a big open world single player game, right? So there's no multiplayer elements here. There's no like, you know, I don't know if it's necessarily season passes or anything, but there's definitely at least going to be like some kind of DLC that you can buy, even though it's a single player game, you know. So it's not like you know, you're not having to buy a season or anything like you'd kind of do with like your Destiny 2 or your Fortnites or anything. You know, it's just I'm curious if this is going to be something that people kind of play and then leave, or if this sticks around a lot longer, kind of like how, you know, something like Skyrim stuck around forever, you know. Just even though it was single player, it's just it was so expansive and you could do so much stuff that like it stuck around that long, you know. So I wonder if it might be something more like that. You know, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, in any case, I'm excited for this. You know, like, look, Star Wars video games have needed a win. Like, you know, it felt like the only news we got in a while was like, oh, they're doing the Battlefront 2 remaster or whatever. And then, like, that launched and it just kind of got torn to shreds online. Like, the reception to that, not so great. So Star Wars video games like desperately needs a win. So I'm hoping that like this thing comes out, and at the very least it's not like some kind of massive controversy like everything Star Wars releases seems to be. You know, hopefully it comes out and it's at least like decent and people are like, okay, yeah, this is fun, like, and that's what it is, you know. So I'm excited for this one. I'm just curious to see everything you can do here, you know. Like the stealth missions are probably gonna be my favorite, but like I think early on they talked about how, oh, you can fly, you can go from a planet all the way into the atmosphere, all the way to another planet, and then actually land your ship like all in one, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to sit there with like a loading screen and like wait for the planet to load or something. How true is that gonna be? I don't know. I forget what the name of the game was. There was something else that kind of attempted to do that and they kind of did it. But I think this was another one that was like, oh no, you're going to be able to get on a ship, fly out of here, land on another planet, get out of the ship, and then run around some more on a different planet now. Which, that's kind of the dream, right? Like, that's kind of what you want to do in Star Wars, you know? In any case, pretty cool. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think about Star Wars Outlaws. Coming out August. That's not so far away. This year's kind of blown by, actually. Kind of crazy. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.